Hello all, welcome to my new course, Complete Guide to Top MBA Program Admissions. My name is Raju Datla and I have an MBA from ISB Hyderabad. I have over 15 years of experience across corporate strategy, business development, sales and IT program development functions. I have worked in renewable power and IT industries in India over the last 15 years. The genesis for this course is that over the years, I have helped several applicants land top MBA program admissions. And with this course, I intend to help many such more students to land top MBA admits. So what are we waiting for? Let's straight jump into the course outline. So when I used to speak to the MBA applicants, they have several questions in mind. What are the salient features of MBA? What are the different MBA options, 1 year or 2 year, executive MBA or part-time MBA? How to choose B schools? What are the B school rankings? What is the MBA admissions process? How to write essays? How to handle the interviews and recommendations process? And how to handle the admits, rejections and waitlists, how to finance their MBA. And people used to ask me what really happens at the B school, how to do the career search, what are the different career options post MBA, and how to write resumes. So I have tried to cover all these questions in about 18 chapters in this course and through intuitive videos which will have about 12 to 15 minutes of duration. And I have also added appendix to most of the chapters, whether sample essays, recommendations, interview questions, visa process, etc. So let's look at the course outline here. The chapter 1 discusses why MBA. The chapter 2 is about different MBA program options. Chapter 3 discusses how to choose B schools. And chapter 4 discusses the B school rankings. Chapter 5 discusses the MBA admissions process. Chapters 6 and 7 are really how to project your credentials and how to position yourself uniquely to the B schools. Chapter 8 is really about how to organize your personal information before starting with the essay process. Chapter 9 discusses what are the top essay questions and how to handle each of those questions. Chapter 10 discusses how to write the best essays and really the essay writing process itself. Chapter 11 discusses the recommendations. Chapter 12 about interview preparation. And chapter 13 is really what happens after you get admits, how to handle the admits from your schools. And chapter 14 really about how to finance your MBA, what are the different scholarship and loan options across US, Europe, Asia. And chapter 5 is all about how to handle your waitlist and rejections. Chapter 6 and 16 and 17, I really focused about once you get into the B school, what really happens. So life at B school and post MBA careers. Give you the overview of several career options and top employers. And chapter 18 is really about how to prepare your resume for B school applications. So we'll discuss each of these chapters a little more in depth. So in the Why MBA chapter, I have discussed the benefits of doing MBA, what are the pros and cons of top MBA programs. And at the end of this section, I have also added cost benefit analysis of doing MBA. Chapter 2 is really about finding different MBA programs, overview of 2-year full-time MBA, overview of 1-year full-time MBA, what are executive and part-time MBA programs. I have detailedly listed the salient features of each of these programs and when to go based on which program to go based on your experience and your criteria. So I have listed all these aspects. And chapter 3, choosing B schools, how to choose B schools, what are the different criteria to choose B schools, full-time and part-time schools, and what is the importance of B school visits, and I have also added a video on how to choose B schools. So I have taken an example and added a indicative B school section part. Chapter 4 is all about B school rankings. I've added FT, Financial Times, US News, Business Week, Forbes ranking methodologies, and I have also listed down top 30 B schools across various ranking agencies. And another important aspect is that I have added rankings by specializations, which are the top schools in finance, consulting, marketing, technology, etc. And I have added links to the rankings for your perusal. The chapter 5 is all about admissions process. What are the admissions rounds, deadlines, what happens in the admissions process, about who interviews you, who makes the final application decision, etc. And I have also given a detailed timetable for the application process, right from GMAT to the interviews to the essays, and really to accepting the admit. Chapter 6 is really about identifying what are your credentials, and I have then added details about each of these credentials. The credentials could be GMAT, your academic undergrad records, your work-ex, and your extracurricular and community activities. So how to represent each of these credentials in a way that you are coming across really unique to the admissions committees. And chapter 7 is really about how to position yourself. So what are the different marketing vehicles in your application journey, and what is the importance of how to position yourself uniquely, and also I have given some sample positioning themes. Chapter 8 is all about preparing for your essay writing. So how to organize all the work-ex credentials, what are different credentials that you need to consider, and also organizing your academic details, organizing your extracurricular and community work. And really then I have given important questions that need to be answered by you before starting the essay writing itself, so that most of these aspects you can use in your essays and your recommendations and interview preparation. So the chapter 9 has top essay questions. I've divided into two parts. In the part 1 I have given top essay questions list, and also in the part 1 itself, how to respond to essay questions like what are your career goals, why MBA, why now, and why our school questions. Part 2 really given other essays, how to respond to essay questions like what will you contribute to our school, what are your strengths and weaknesses, and what are your leadership examples. So these essay questions I have handled in part 2 of the chapter 9. And chapter 10 is all about the best practices of essay writing. So what to communicate through the essays, and how to plan the whole process, and what are the different steps. I have detailed how to write the first draft, second draft, third draft, and really at the end of the section I have given what are the do's and don'ts of essay writing process. And at the end of this chapter I have also given several sample essays for your perusal. And chapter 11 is all about recommendations process. So why B schools require recommendations, and how to select your recommenders, and what are the do's and don'ts of recommendations process, and what is the outline that you can use to discuss the recommendations process with your recommenders. And also at the end of this chapter I have given some sample recommendations. The chapter 12 is all about interview preparation. Why do school conduct interviews, and how to prepare for your interviews, and what are the do's and don'ts that you have to follow during your interviews, what are the different types of interviews, and I have also given sample and interview questions at the end of the chapter. Chapter 13 is all about how to handle the admits, what to do after receiving admits, how to plan your resignation, work handover, and what are the prerequisite courses most of the B schools have before the start of MBA, and what could be the other preparation options that you can consider so that you are ready, really ready for the MBA. The chapter 4, I have detailed how to finance your MBA, typical program costs across the world for various B schools, and the cost breakups across your tuition fee, your books, and your living expenses, and what are the different scholarship options available, merit and need based scholarships, and what are the loan financing options across Europe, US, and Asian schools. And also I have given several tips towards the end of this chapter. And chapter 15 is all about how to handle waitlists or rejections. So why B schools place candidates on waitlist, what to do if you are waitlisted, and how to handle rejections, and how to take feedback from the B schools for your reapplications. So chapter 16 is all about once you're getting into the school, what happens, life at the B school. So I have given MBA course outline, the pedagogy methods, the elective options, covered student clubs, MBA workload, how to handle the workload, and what are study groups, and what are all these projects that can be possible, and how to land your dream summer internship and job options, and what are the important do's and don'ts at B school. Chapter 17 is all about post MBA careers. So, with this, I want to give you a perspective and overview what are all the different career options and what it takes to do that job, and who are the top employers for those roles. So, really, what happens for the job search and career preparation at B schools? What are the average salaries and hiring percentages at top B schools? Explanation of various post MBA careers, industrial and functional split of post MBA jobs, and who are all the top employers across industries at most of these B schools. So, chapter 18, you have to submit a resume along with your MBA application. So, I have detailed the resume preparation process, how to prepare the resume, do's and don'ts of resume preparation, and I have also added a sample resume as an appendix. So with this, we have completed the course outline. From the next chapter onwards, we'll go into details of each of these 18 chapters. And I hope with this, you will have a very successful MBA journey. Thank you.